Men and women of the YouTube community, my name is Thomas, and today I'm taking a look at dumb things that happens in the movie Home Alone. Home Alone is one of those movies my family need to watch during Christmas. It's one of those Christmas classics that aren't necessarily that good, but you have to watch them, because it's not Christmas without it. But don't get me wrong when I say that movie isn't necessarily that good. What I mean is that it is a great movie. It just happened to have a tiny amount of unlogical and dumb things in it. My top 3 dumb things for Home Alone. One of them are the pizza delivery guy. He brings the pizza, rings the doorbell, Kevin starts playing the clip from Angels with Filthy Souls. They have a small conversation before Kevin tells him to
get your ugly, yellow, no good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead.
Before the pizza delivery guy actually believe that he gets pumped full of lead.
1, 2, 10.
But he managed to escape Kevin and get safely back to the pizza place. Now it's quite normal to think that Kevin's house would be filled with SWATs outside. They should have been there. But no, the story goes on. And no SWATs are coming to Kevin's house. He gets in no trouble at all for pumping a guy with lead.
A lovely cheese pizza just for me.
Another thing is his father. He have to be the most uninterested father ever in history. He have no interest in Kevin. There is a scene at the end of the movie when he come home and lift him up and give him a hug. And that's a nice scene. But during the rest of the movie, he just look uninterested. Maybe it's because his mother care too much about Kevin. He doesn't look like the father in the movie. He could have been the uncle. His uncle, now that's another story. He never care about Kevin. He should care more, but he is the uncle. I could really wish that the writers had made him a better father. Because is that really how they look at us? I have 3 kids and I care just as much for them as the mother in the house. And the last one, the sledge scene. Kevin is on top of the stairs, getting ready to sledge down and aim for the door, which is not in Kevin's view at all. He can see the door, but there is no way in real life he would have hit that door, because the stairs are like 2 meters to the right of the door. That scene have really bothered me since I saw it for the first time. Now, Looper has made a list of dumb things everyone ignored in Home Alone, and I'm gonna see if one of my 3 are on that list. And here we go. R3, R2, R1.
Home Alone is undeniably a Christmas classic. How could anyone not love it? It tells the story of a young boy, Kevin McAllister, who's accidentally left behind when his family leaves for a Christmas vacation. To make matters worse, 2 burglars have targeted the McAllister house while Kevin is there by himself. Unfortunately, that's also where things kind of start to break down. Kevin defends his homestead by setting up a series of elaborate and dangerous traps in order to stop the bad guys from robbing the place, instead of, calling the cops. And that's just one of the many dumb things in Home Alone that everyone just ignored.
That's
Call
also
the
one of the
police.
dumb things, yeah.
What's the first thing that every kid learns to do when they realize they're in danger?
Didn't they teach you that in school about 911, that you call if somebody needs help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either Kevin didn't get the memo, or he just doesn't have the mental capacity. of a
I never
4-year-old.
actually thought of
Sure,
that
the
myself,
phone
I
lines
think.
are down, but he knows how to
Might
get
have
into town to go
during
food
years.
shopping, and he knows exactly when Harry and Marv will be robbing his house. Kevin only dials 911 near the end of the film, after the crooks have made their way through almost
But they
all
wouldn't
of his
make
traps.
a good
Even weirder,
movie
when
as
he
it was,
finally
if
calls
you
the
had pulled
cops, he
cops to begin with.
disguises his voice and tells them his neighbor's address. Why was that the plan? Did he think the cops would hear a child's voice calling for help on 911 and they wouldn't come? Or maybe it's because the cops in this town suck.
Yeah.
He's just home alone, and I would like somebody to go over to the house and see that he's all right, just to check on him.
You want us to go to your house just to check on you?
The cops of Home Alone are basically garbage with badges. When they're informed
Totally
about a
agree on
small
that one.
child left without supervision, they send 1 police officer to the McAllister house. The cop knocks on the door and then arbitrarily decides Kevin's mom just can't keep track of her children because no one answers. Maybe that's why the wet bandits don't seem concerned in the slightest when Kevin makes multiple threats to call the police.
Hey, I'm calling the cops.
Wait. He wants us to follow him. I got a better idea. Come on.
Harry and Marv simply ignore Kevin and continue to invade his home. They're already guilty of breaking and entering, and they're attempting to assault a minor, so the charges would probably be pretty severe. But because Kevin lives in a town full of Paul-Blarts, there's really no reason for them to worry. Even the pizza boy has lost hope. Home Alone must happen in some dystopian alternate reality where the law simply doesn't matter. When Kevin plays the audio from an old gangster movie to make the pizza guy think he's about to get murdered, there are absolutely no consequences.
Yeah. I got one!
Apparently, this kid just went back to delivering more pizzas and never warned anyone about the spray of gunfire that just took out half the neighborhood's inflatable Santas. Marv doesn't know how TV works. The pizza boy scene is weird, but Kevin uses the same trick on Marv as he tries to break in the back door. It worked on the especially stupid pizza boy because Kevin only played certain parts of the conversation, making the pizza boy believe that he was talking to a real person. And we all know that pizza boys are dumb.
People said I was dumb, but I proved them.
I used to be a pizza
when Marv
boy.
comes to the door, Kevin just plays the movie. Sure, Kevin adds his own special effects, but has Marv never heard of a TV before? How does this work? Why is this happening?
Is this real life?
Yeah, oh,
Uncle Frank is a monster.
okay,
So
yeah.
we've talked about how the movie Suburban Hellscape is filled with morons, but we can't let Kevin's clan off the hook. The McAllister family is a bunch of hot garbage. While it makes sense that Kevin might get picked on by his older siblings and cousins, why are the adult McAllisters straight up bullying an 8-year-old? When it comes to the steaming pile of awful human trash that is this family, Uncle Frank lives at the top. When Kevin gets into a fight with Buzz, who was pretending to throw up on Kevin, by the way, some soda gets spilled on Uncle Frank's lap. Kevin didn't even do it. It was Kevin's useless dad.
Yeah.
So naturally, Uncle
It was
Frank
his dad.
loses it.
Look what you did, you little jerk.
Nobody defends Kevin. Not his parents, not even the kid from Pete and Pete.
Kevin, you're such a disease.
The kid from
Frank
who? What?
is a middle-aged adult with some very deep psychological issues. Forget Harry and Marv. If anyone deserves a nail through the foot, it's Frank. The McAllisters may all be monsters. Kevin's mom has to rush back home because they can't get in touch with anybody to look in on Kevin. But how is that possible? The entire town didn't go away for Christmas. Kevin goes to school
Yeah,
and
didn't
even
they?
mentions that he has friends. So why can't his parents call one of their families?
Because they are
Or
away
any
for
of the
Christmas?
friends of Kevin's 7,000 siblings. Is there literally no one
Yeah,
in the
okay.
entire state of Illinois that the McAllisters can trust to check up on Kevin? Kevin is gonna kill his family. Remember how Harry and Marv kept falling down the stairs because they were covered with ice? Or how the basement steps were covered in tar and nails? Kevin's massive family was basically walking into
that
a
is
death
another
trap by the end of the
one of those
movie.
things I haven't
Kevin
thought about.
isn't exactly the most conscientious kid, and he's even pretty happy about the possibility that he psychically murdered them.
I made my family disappear.
So it's incredibly unlikely the kid cleaned up after himself.
Yeah, no.
Hopefully Uncle Frank cracks his melon.
There's no
on those
way to
icy
clean up
steps
after
first.
all that.
Pizza's here.
That's $122.50.
Oh, it's my brother's house. He'll take care of it.
Your name's Kevin? You know what they're gonna call you in France, don't you, huh?
No.
Yank!
We really hate that guy. Thanks for watching.
Was that one of
Click the
those
link
deleted
icon to
clips?
subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Okay, there was...
Plus, check out all this cool
Yeah,
stuff we know you'll love
the
too.
dad stuff. He brought up that. But he didn't mention the sledge scene, because that is what I find the dumbest scene in this movie. I'm gonna go through some of this stuff. The first one, when he didn't call the cops. Yeah, he could have just called the cops. But as he mentioned in here, the cops in this city, they are so stupid. It doesn't seem very helpful. Maybe Kevin knows this? I don't know. But I can't find another reason for him to not calling the cops. And this brings up the next point, that the cops in the town sucks. Yeah, they do. And he brought up the pizza delivery guy, which was on my list as well. And the next one was Marv doesn't know how a TV works. Yeah, I haven't thought about that myself, but I don't see that as one of those main issues with this movie. Because Kevin did play that TV pretty loud. Kevin had his own special effects, and he did that for a reason. It was to make it sound real. And that was eventually what scared Marv away from there. So I think they can get away with this, but yeah, it was a bit odd. And then they bring up Uncle Frank, that Uncle Frank is a monster. Yeah, he is a monster. He is really just a big bully. He doesn't care about Kevin, he doesn't care about his family, maybe he cares about his wife and his kid. But when you think of him, he is just a big ass fucked up bully. And his parents know this. His parents does see that, so why do they even bother to take this guy on a vacation with them? It's the father's brother, yeah, I know. But wouldn't it be normal for parents to keep their kid away from someone like that? And the McAllisters may all be monsters. I think this was a weak point, because they could have added that in the Uncle Frank point. And the last one, Kevin is going to kill his family. I never thought of this! But yeah, sure he does. The house is filled with traps, even though he was surprisingly effective when he set his traps up. Was there enough time for him to clean that up before his parents came home? They did come home the next day, didn't they? So he had some time. He had longer time to clean that up than he had to set it up. But there is no chance in hell he could have cleaned all that up before his parents came home. So according to logic, the house should be filled with some traps. Because remember in the end of the movie, when Buzz yelled, "Kevin! What did you do to my room?" Kevin obviously didn't clean up that, and he knew what kind of trouble he would be in if Buzz found out that. So why would he bother to clean up the rest of the house? So I think it's pretty safe to say that the house was a death trap for the rest of the family when they got home. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, or at least check it out and see if there was something there worth subscribing to. You can also follow me on Facebook. You can actually be friendly on Facebook. I will put a link to that down below. And until next time we see each other, take care of yourself and have a nice day. Bye!